Hi Mariners fans, and welcome to episode 9 of Mariners TV, the original and the best A-League pre-game show. I am Carly, I am your host for this evening, and you'll notice that Tyson isn't here tonight. It's not just that he's grown a beard, it's actually Peter Pryor. Peter Pryor is the co-host of the Coast Football Ramble podcast, and he's also a commentator on NPL TV. Thanks for joining us tonight, Pete.
Just happy to be here, Carly, and of course, fittingly enough, for the original and the best A-League derby as well. Yeah. It's the 50th F3 derby tonight here at Central Coast Stadium, and I'm so excited.
It is. It's going to be a fantastic night. I was actually saying before, it kind of looks like one of those dodgy Zoom backgrounds because it doesn't even look real, but it just looks absolutely beautiful tonight. So I'm sure all the fans heading along tonight are in for a treat. We really just can't wait. And obviously, F3 derby, let's start off by having a chat about, some of the classic moments.
Let's do it, absolutely. For me, there's so many over the years, isn't there? It's hard to go past the 2008 semi-final. Back in the days of two-legged semi-finals where we went down 2-0 in the first leg up there, came back here with a mountain to climb, and we got the job done. Kwasnik opened the scoring, the people's champion, before Sash Petrovsky scored 2 goals to get us through to the grand final that year.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And I guess for me, 2011, round 23, up at Hunter Stadium, actually, one of the iconic photos that I always see pop up with Mariners fans. Simo and Hutch scored in that one, so we won 2-0. Absolutely amazing game. And just seeing moments like that just remind you, I know for me, before I was working for the club, I was going to Mariners games, all around the country, just, loved it.
Yep.
But being able to jump on the train, head up there with all the Mariners fans, you made a day of it, and it was an experience that you can't forget. It's amazing.
Exactly right. And you make so many new friendships along the way, and you sort of have a second family.
Yeah, definitely.
Bay 16 became a home away from home.
Yeah.
And I know that, being a Mariners fan, there's no day that I look forward to more than derby days.
Oh, of course. The minute the fixtures come out, it's the first thing
one you're looking for.
First thing we check. I know last season, derby day actually fell on Tyson's wedding, and so most of us staff were at his wedding. So
what another absolutely classic clash that one was as well. Going 3-0 up and hanging on for the 3-2 win up there.
Well, I know they were in the middle of speeches and we're watching the game on a phone, and, again, apologies to all of Tyson's friends and family who heard us screaming and cheering all throughout the reception, but, Tyson understood, it was amazing. So,
and of course that was Stadger's first game in charge of the club as well.
Yes. Yeah, fantastic. And also Muzz scored in that game as well, along with Connor Payne and
Jan Karajan.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
So fantastic. And hopefully we have another really eventful night tonight. Would love to see the boys get up over the Jets.
Oh, wouldn't we just?
Yes.
3 points is an absolute must tonight. As we say, it's the 50th F3 derby tonight. The stats, as they say, we've taken 15 of the victories in the previous 49 encounters, 17 draws, and the Jets have won 17 of those as well. So we'll hopefully get the victory tonight to look at somewhat squaring the ledger.
Yeah, and so further on tonight, we will also be chatting to Mariners player Dylan Ruiz-Diaz, as well as Jets player Jason Hoffman and their new coach Darren Baisley, as well as Mariners head coach Alan Stadgic to chat about the lineup and what we can expect coming into the game tonight.
Can't wait.
Yes, it's going to be great. So before we head to Dylan, who I know is on his way, we talked about it a lot last week. Merchandise, I love it. Love the merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
We were absolutely blown away at the game. We just, the amount of sales we made was fantastic. And we were actually really lucky enough to open up our online store to a select group of our Mariners members, give them a bit of a sneak peek, and also just to sort of test out the site as well and give us some feedback. And we've had some really, really fantastic feedback and some great sales. So if you're coming along to the game tonight, there will be merchandise. I'm pointing to it, but you guys can't see it. Northern Concourse with up to 70% off. Dan, the membership man, he was the membership man. He's now gone into corporate sales. We've asked him to try and create a sales video for our merchandise. So lots of money, time and resources has gone into this video.
Huge production.
Yes. So enjoy.
Hi guys, it's Dan the Merch Man. I'm up here on the Northeast Concourse on the stadium, right outside our merch tent. Come and see us, come and pay us a visit before the F3 derby. We've got up to 70% off all items. Let's go take a look around. We have hats, And different styles. And different colours of different styles. We have jerseys. And more jerseys. And a discount rack. We got stubby coolers and more. So make sure you come and visit us tonight at the F3 Derby and also on Monday night, and keep an eye out for Tuesday next week when we go online. Thanks guys, take care.
I love Dan.
Absolutely sensational.
I
What a
heard that
guy.
I heard that he was making a video for us, and he hasn't disappointed.
Isn't in the league.
So obviously we're going to sell out of everything after everyone's seen that wonderful promotional video.
So make sure you get in quick.
Yes, stubby coolers. I think they're $5. He's got plenty of them.
Oh, how good. Well, as Carly mentioned, we're going to be joined by a number of guests tonight, the first of which is Dylan Ruiz-Diaz, the exciting youngster, 19 years old, on a scholarship contract here at the club. Made his debut last season, has made a cameo appearance earlier this season against the Wanderers, as well as coming off the bench last week against the Perth Glory. Young Socceroos representative as well. I think last check he had scored 7 goals in 7 games for the youth national team setup. And we'll be joined by him now. Dylan, how you going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks, mate.
Good.
How's training been? It's the lead up to Derby Day. What's it been like over the last few days?
Yeah, it's been good. Boys have been training sharp. Everyone's excited, ready for a big game tonight. Hopefully put on a show for the fans.
That's great, mate. Does it mean a little bit extra to the playing group, being that it is a derby against the local rivals?
Yeah, of course. You know, every time we come up against the Jets, it's a big game. Everyone's excited already, like I said, and the boys have been putting in a big effort this week, and hopefully look to get 3 points tonight.
And as you're on the rebound from our last match, what's been the focus, especially considering you have such a short turnaround? We're playing again on Monday night against the Wanderers. What's the focus been for the squad?
Yeah, of course, there's a short turnaround in between the games, but between the lads, it's just go out there every game and give it our best effort. Hopefully pick up some points and give something back to the fans to look forward to next season. You know, it's been a bit tough this season, but hopefully with the last couple of games we can show the fans that, you know, they've got something to look
Absolutely,
forward
mate.
to, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Look, on a personal note for yourself, you're getting a few more opportunities in the first team now. Personally, what's the goal for yourself as you look through towards the end of the season?
Yeah, just push forward, get as much game time as I can. You know, give as best as an effort as I can, and hopefully get out there, score some goals. But we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. It was fantastic to see you last week coming on against Perth. So all the best for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's a bit chilly out there, so
Yeah, it is.
get back in and get warm, and yeah, we'll see you out on the pitch later.
No worries. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dylan.
He's fantastic, isn't he?
He's a good young talent as well. I've kept an eye on him through the NYL and through the academy and the MPL as well. And he looks to be a very exciting young talent, and great to see him getting some minutes in the first team.
Yeah, definitely. Very confident as well, which is it's what you need as a young player.
As a young player, exactly.
Yeah, you need to
right.
back yourself and that, so it's fantastic.
Yep.
And before we head into our next guest, we will go through a couple of other things. For anyone attending, I know we talked about it a lot last week, but it is very important to just really push that point. Remembering the different restrictions that are around the stadium when you're attending the event. So as usual, as I've mentioned before, ticket boxes aren't open, so you need to purchase your ticket in advance. You need to jump on your phone, purchase it there, or if you're still at home, you can do that and print out your tickets. There's no physical tickets that you can purchase. All of the facilities around concession stands, beverage, merchandise, no cash, so make sure you bring your card with you as well. And just remembering, I like to just say, use common sense.
Use common sense, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we need everyone to play their part to make sure that we're still being able to put on these football games. So if you're sitting somewhere and you notice that someone's sitting a little bit close, instead of, you know, just stand up, move over a couple of seats and get back to watching football, really.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, common sense, as you say, the common sense approach is going to be
Yeah,
safest.
and you know what? It doesn't mean that you can't cheer and have fun. We just want to make sure that we're all doing it in a safe manner, that, you know, we're doing it to protect the community so that, numbers aren't increasing and we can stay in a safe area.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be the guy that, or the person, I should say, that comes along and ruins it for everyone at the end of the day. That one person that comes along and, you know, doesn't socially distance properly and everything falls apart. But
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget, wash your hands, bring sanitizer if you got some.
Yeah, and there's sanitizer stations around the stadium. Central Coast Stadium and Central Coast Council have been absolutely fantastic in making sure that the venue is clean and sanitised. It's been cleaners non-stop while we've been here today. Plenty of sanitising stations. Keep an eye out for entry and exit points as well. Make sure you're following all the signage, and also the venue staff. There's lots of staff around here. They will be guiding you on where to go, so making sure that you're respecting them and listening to what they've got to say, because they're doing it to keep you safe.
And of course, listening to any announcements that might be made by the stadium announcer as well.
Yeah, or you're biased as well, because Pete is our grand announcer for tonight, so give yourself a plug, mate. Very good.
Of course, yeah. But of course, as mentioned, we will be leaving by bay groups as well. So don't all just rush out at the end of the game. Just wait for the announcements and take your turns to go out there.
Yeah, and then we will be seeing the lineups a little bit later as we talk to Alan Stajic. You're ideally, Pete, who would you like to see out in the field tonight?
I would personally absolutely love to see Alo Kuol get a run.
Yeah, he's fantastic, isn't he?
He is he's a raw, energetic youngster
Yep.
who has goals in him for days. He's been scoring for fun in the NPL. He was scoring for fun previously in the Victorian NPL, where we picked him up from. And, while he might not be quite ready to lead the line for a full season, I think now's a good time to start giving youngsters like that a good start and giving them, 60, 70 minutes each week.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic. He's got so much personality as well. He's a very vibrant character, and would love to see him a bit more involved. So as we wait for Darren from the Newcastle Jets to join us, we'll just head to a quick commercial break.
Is use this proactively.
The tip is being open and honest.
Avoid being fearful of the unknown.
Don't commit crimes in the first place. If you don't want to have to see me, think twice about what you're going to do.
Don't leave anything that you don't think is important out, because quite often it is important.
Often if we can have a conversation with you at the start, we can help you get to the finish so much quicker.
Mining and construction, delivering the right people to the right places.
And as usual, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. We are so grateful to have such wonderful corporate partners here at the Mariners. So always love to show them a little bit of love. As you can see, our Master Food sauce bottles are up. Actually, I think Pete's in the way, so you can't see them, but they're there somewhere, right next to the palm trees.
There you go.
And just a quick update as we wait for Darren Baisley to join us on the mic. Our NPL boys and girls, sorry, men and women, I should be saying, they're playing this weekend. Pete, what have you got to tell us about
Yes, I think the NPL men are away to Hills United. I might need to double check the fixtures on that one. Hills, of course, coached by Patrick Zonsvik. Fondly remembered by many Mariners fans, who's doing great things down there at Hills. And the women, I think, Carly...
away to Inter Lions, so playing tomorrow, I think that one is. So always fantastic. It's really good to have NPL back again. And as obviously games will be returning to the Central Coast for NPL as well. So make sure you keep an eye on the ccmariners.com.au, as we will be providing match reports and also updates on how you can get along and see those games.
Fantastic.
Wonderful. And I think we have our next guests waiting down the sideline. Pete,
Fantastic.
who have we
That'd be
got?
Darren Baisley, wouldn't it? Darren Baisley, the current assistant coach of the Newcastle Jets, previously assistant at the New Zealand national side, I should say. Coached the New Zealand youth setup as well. Almost 300 appearances across Watford, and also had a spell at Wolves there. And is, as I said, new assistant under Carl Robinson at the Jets. Darren, how are you going?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty well, thanks, mate. Yeah, great.
First up, how has the return to training and football been for you?
I mean, it's been great for everybody. It's such a long break with a lot of uncertainty around the world, obviously. So to get back training and playing, everybody was waiting. So it's been great. Our lads have been buzzing around the training ground and performing well. They've worked hard while they've been in lockdown, and yeah, they're ready to go.
Sounds good, Darren. After the match on Tuesday, how have you guys managed the short turnaround at your end?
Yeah, like you say, it's pretty short. So we've got some good guys that work with the recoveries. So yeah, they went straight into that routine of recovering and preparing for this game. So yeah, we've come through it pretty well. They're in high spirits and pretty healthy, so we're in a good place.
Beautiful. And so this is your first F3 derby. Is it your first trip to Central Coast Stadium?
No, I wondered if you was going to bring that up. I came here a long time back when I was a player, actually, for the New Zealand Knights that we don't really talk about anymore. So yeah, a long time back, probably 2006, 2007. I was here, and I was telling Kenny and Robbo there, it's a beautiful place, beautiful stadium, great playing field. So yeah, it's good. But a long time. It's been a while since I've been here.
Do you remember what the result was that day?
Sorry.
Well, listen, I'm presuming we lost because we did lose quite a few games.
I didn't intend to ask that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, so I'm so sorry.
I've blocked most of it from the memory. But,
I was just going to say how beautiful it looks tonight, and I was just going to ask if you thought that it looked nice, but yeah sorry.
No, that's fine. It was, it was, for me, it was an enjoyable few years. Played in the first 2 seasons of the A-League. And I enjoyed it. We weren't so good at the time, but out of that came the Phoenix, and they've done really well. So the Knights have put to bed at the time, but yeah, good things came from it.
And of course, turning to European football, and in particular the Premier League, 2 of your former clubs are sort of at opposite ends of the table as we speak. Watford and Wolves. Wolves doing very well this season. It has to be said. Are you keeping an eye on things over there?
Yeah, I mean, like I said to somebody the other day, I'll be pleased when it's actually finished because it's just been keeping me up all night, every night, 3 o'clock kick-off, 5 o'clock kick-off. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it being finished. But I mean, personally, I'm a Liverpool fan, so it's been a great season. About time we won the league, so that's been awesome. And having my old 2 teams, the Watford and Wolves in the league has made it even more enjoyable to watch. Wolves, they're a transformed team, but it's a great club. It's funny, so many people come out of that team that I played in back then. I played with, when I joined Wolves, Robbo was there, Stevie Corica was there, Kevin Muscat was there, Kenny came and joined. So yeah, a lot of people. It's funny how we sort of stayed in contact really, and now all back sort of together. Or obviously Muzzy's gone offshore, but yeah, great to see them doing so well. Big club, and I've got my fingers crossed for Watford on the last day coming up that they maintain the league, and don't go down.
Yeah, that's right. They need the points on the last day, I think, to stay up there.
Yeah, I think they're in a bit of trouble, but yeah, you never know. There's so many things happening in football, so yeah, we'll wait and see. But
football's a funny old game, yeah.
It sure is. Yeah, it sure is.
And I guess we may have some Jets fans watching tonight, knowing that we'll have some Jets personalities on. Is there any messages that you want to give to any Jets fans out there, or anyone who may be attending the game tonight?
I mean, hopefully we get some that attend, and hopefully it won't be long till we can get full supporters back in stadiums, and we can get through this. Obviously the players, they play for the fans. They obviously play for their careers and play for the club, but the fans are important. That they're so important to the club. So I can't wait for the day when fans are completely back in stadiums and we get moving again. So.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. I can't wait. Hopefully next season, when we have another F3 derby, we'll be able to have a full stadium and go back to the days of
when the stadium was jumping.
Yes,
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
No worries.
Yeah, all the best for tonight.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good
Thanks
to
so
catch up.
much.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks again, Darren. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
fantastic to have him as well. Completely didn't even think about the New Zealand Knights, and that's fine. But that's that's live TV. It's great.
Oh yeah, you learn on the fly. It's wonderful. Oh, great.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah.
No. We'll keep moving on. So yeah, as you mentioned, it'd be so fantastic once all of this is over. I know everyone talks about, don't know how long it's going to go on for, but it would be absolutely fantastic to have our F3 Derby here and just have it absolutely packed full of fans.
Absolutely.
I know we were watching some F3 Derby highlights recently and just watching all the fans in the stands, and it's funny seeing all the people that you used to stand with and all that 10 or so years ago. Everyone looks a lot different now. Yeah, and I would love to get that back, especially, getting base 16 loud and proud. And yeah, that's something that, I really hope that we can build to for the future.
Well, yeah, as we touched on earlier in the show, some of the greatest F3 Derby moments, the semi-final in 2008, we had over 19,000 people here.
Yep.
I remember base 16 that day was double stacked. You had people standing on chairs and in the row, then on chairs and in the row the whole way down. Safely, of course. Yes. Adhering to Central Coast Stadium protocol. But what a fantastic day. And the one that you mentioned in 2011, some of the photos that we were looking at earlier.
Yeah, one of the photos we brought up before, we were actually looking at it going, oh, there's so-and-so, and going through it all. And it was such a good moment. And it's half the time you don't even remember the result or who scored, but it was just the fact that you were there and it was this energy, and I cannot wait until that energy is back here in the stadium when we can have it full again, and it's going to be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will be joined by Jason Hoffman shortly. So he is just a few moments away. There was a little bit of a delay with the Newcastle Jets arriving tonight. So we might just head to one more quick word from our sponsors and then we'll be back.
Will get you there. One, three cabs will get you there. Cabs will get you there.
Thank you. Thanks for bearing with us. Obviously, with live TV, we have to always make some changes. But again, showing some love to our wonderful sponsors.
They've earned it.
They have. We love Master Foods. We saw last week, Sean, our CEO, went out and cooked a barbecue for the boys as a bit of team bonding, which was really nice.
Yeah.
So they're always doing some fantastic stuff for us. And it's good to have them involved, and we like to sort of show them some love where we can. So thank you to everyone who does. I know commercials can get a little bit dull when you're watching these sorts of things, but by doing it, you are supporting the sponsors that are helping us as a club. So we do appreciate it.
That's right.
Yeah. And shortly we'll have a quick look at some of the overall F3 Derby highlights over the past few years. We mentioned before a couple of our favourites. I know one thing we always talk about is that iconic image as well of John Hutchinson standing in front of the Jets fans in pretty much right over there, just directly over there. They're having some vocal opinions.
Yes.
Vocal opinions. And you can just see the look on Hutch if he's just blocked them out. He's
loving it, I think.
He actually,
I think he thrived off that sort of attention that he got from opposition fans. He loved to be hated, I think.
But not weirdly enough, but he's one of the most nicest guys you will ever meet. But, you know, the F3 Derby just always brought something out in him, and it was fantastic all the time.
Yep, absolutely.
Beautiful. Well, if we've got it, we will head over and look at some of these highlights, and we'll start reliving.
Tommy Orr furthest forward. Wide right with the chance. Oh, what a goal from Milan Djuric. It is 2-2 as it equals Asdrubal's club record. And the timing on that was exquisite. Players in the 6-yard box. Ruben Tongic was one of them. And he's got them back in it, the Central Coast, with his first ever goal in the Hyundai A-League. Fresh off the bench. See if Djuric can find some quality. And back post was Jack Clisby. And they are all square, the Central Coast. Nobody picked up the fullback. All the attention taken away by the tall timber in the centre. And Jack Clisby placed his header beautifully in the corner. 2-2. Players in the 6-yard box. Ruben Tongic was one of them. And he's got them back in it, the Central Coast, with his first ever goal in the Hyundai A-League. Fresh off the bench. See if Djuric can find some quality. And back post was Jack Clisby. And they are all square, the Central Coast. Nobody picked up the fullback. All the attention taken away by the tall timber in the centre.
His head to it, but chipping in was Hutchinson. Now Gumprecht, who can fire a goal, Andre Gumprecht.
Nearly scored from.
Again, it's Damien Brown. This time goes near post. It'll go all the way. Will go a long way. John Hutchinson, who tries the shot, and that'll do for the Mariners. Number 3. Petrie. They keep running. O'Sullivan. Spencer's wandered in. Here is Noel Spencer. The save and the goal for the Mariners.
Well, they've been.
Back there was Tariq Elrich. It comes out to Damien Brown. He measures his ball in.
Kwasnik's done ever so well. And it's gone in. Somehow the ball has gone in. It took a wicked deflection and Adam Kwasnik, it's game on. Been in the finals 3 seasons in a row, but haven't made the title decider yet. Knocked down from Aloisi. Clearance only as far as Gumprecht. Falls to Petrovski. It's gone in. Sash Petrovski has levelled the major semi-final. Here's Hutchinson. Petrovski to his left. Cuts inside. Petrovski! Sash Petrovski! The Mariners may be on their way to the grand final.
Meany again in between the back 4 and midfield. Delightful to Rose. Still Rose is a tapping now. Patricio Perez. There's your momentum heading into the finals.
Loath to use the fullback, now he does. Lovely interplay involving Rose and Flores, beaten away by Birighitti. The bouncer by Flores, off the crossbar, into the back of the net by Milos Stachowski.
Oh, great ball in, and the goal comes. Oh, Oh, Wayne Brown didn't like the treatment from Blake Powell. And now two bulls in the paddock going at it.
Connor Payne to set it up, Montgomery to drive it! And he gave it the full Monty!
How good is that? Some absolutely iconic moments there, and always so good to see the Mariners scoring against the Jets.
Absolutely love it. And so we are now going to head down to our next guest, Jason Hoffman. With over 200 Hyundai A-League appearances, he is a mainstay of the Jets' first team, and he joins us now.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks so much. Big night tonight, 50th F3 Derby. How have you been gearing up for the big night ahead?
Yeah, look, first and foremost, obviously great to be back playing football after what's been, a pretty horrendous time for all football fans around, Australia. So really excited to be back playing football. Obviously, we got our sort of first round of matches underway last week, and to, get the cobwebs out and come into the second round, of the return in an F3 Derby, the 50th one, it's pretty special, and hopefully it's an exciting game for all.
But obviously, as you say, such a long layoff with the break in the A-League there. How's the playing group feeling with such a short turnaround after last week's game?
Yeah, look, fine, to be fair. We had sort of strict protocols and training guidelines that were set out by the club from the moment we went on break, and everyone made sure they stayed in really good, at a good fitness level, and our training programs made sure that, come in day one, when we were allowed to go back to group training, we were ready to go. So, it's one of those things where, a lot of boys that have been around the league are used to playing games, in short amount of time through, for example, last season, the summer of football and things like that. So for us, the quick turnaround is going to be fine. I'm sure we'll be ready to go, come kick-off.
And on a personal level, I guess, being a Newcastle local yourself, what does the F3 Derby mean to you personally?
Well, the very first year I was contracted as a professional footballer, it was absolutely huge. So obviously, my first year was 07-08, and we went right through to the grand final that year, where everyone knows that's probably one of the most famous F3 derbies. I won't mention the result for you guys, but yeah, it was pretty fond memory for me. But obviously, I got a real taste for the spice of it, and for me, it's if not the original derby in the league that had that bite and that feeling to it, and it's only been intensified over the years. And both clubs really, let's be honest, have had our ups and our downs, and when one club is up and the other one's down, it's always the same. The one on top wants to make sure they stay down, and the other one always wants to take something away from the other one. And tonight will be no different. It's the 50th one. People will remember the 50th one, and tonight is certainly one of those games where, being a Newcastle boy, I understand the severity of it and what it means to represent your area with the utmost of pride.
Yeah, it definitely ignites a passion in every single Mariners and Jets fan, so it's fantastic to see. And from what I've heard as well, are you studying as well? How have you been juggling, studying and also the professional football career?
Very difficult task, to be honest, especially when you've got two young kids in the household that don't let you do it. But
I don't know how you do it.
But to be honest, no, it's something I enjoy. I often was encouraged as a younger player to often have something away from football, and it wasn't until I was actually a lot older that I found myself into something like study, and it definitely takes my mind away from the game, which is something that I believe every footballer should look at. If you, involve your whole life to football, it can affect different parts of your life. And when I was a bit younger, it used to definitely do that. So having that breakaway, having that study, and looking at something for the future is certainly something I enjoy at the moment.
Yeah, it's really fantastic, and it's something that I think a lot more players are actually doing as well, as they think of their future outside of football. It's really important.
Definitely.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Good luck.
Not too good.
Yeah,
luck.
not too good luck, but
No, thank you for having me on, and let's hope for a good game.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thanks for it. Cheers.
Fantastic.
Of course, good to see representation from both sides coming and joining us on Mariners TV this evening. We've had Darren Baisley earlier in the show, Jason Hoffman just wrapping up there. And Dylan Ruiz-Diaz, of course, kicking off the show for us.
Yes, it is actually good. We've been really lucky to have so many of the other A-League clubs working so closely with us. Perth Glory last week, and then Newcastle Jets again this week. They've been fantastic. And before we head over to Alan Stajic, we obviously have the lineup we will go through, which I think we'll get up on the screen now. We'll go with the Newcastle Jets first. No, all right. Well, actually, let's go. Let's start with Mariners. Let's check out the Mariners lineup. Let me just. Sorry about that. Oh no, sorry. I do have the Newcastle Jets. So here we go. We don't have it up on screen for you yet, but Pete, would you like to? Let's practice your ground announcing and give everyone a run through.
So it looks like starting for the Newcastle Jets in goals will be Luis Italiano, former Central Coast Mariner Nigel Bugard making his return, of course, captain of the Jets at centre back there. Stephen Ugarkovic is back, as well as Roy O'Donovan, Nick Fitzgerald, Matt Miller, Johnny Katrumbas, Bernie Abini, Connor O'Toole, Nathan Thurgate or Jackson Thurgate? I'm not 100% sure, but I have to get back to you on that. And of course, Nikolai Top or Stanley. I got to love live TV.
It's great. But I guess going on that, even seeing Nick Fitzgerald. Against Sydney. Well, against Sydney the other week, it's just amazing to see also how much he has grown, I guess, since his time at the Mariners as well. I remember, seeing him for the first time, very quiet, shy guy, and then he sort of really developed over the last couple of years. So even though he's in the Jets colours, always good to see him doing well.
Well, Bernie Abini, I thought against Sydney he was terrorising their defence. So we know that our boys are going to have to be on their toes. We know what he can bring, what he can deliver. So our boys will absolutely have to be on their toes tonight.
Yeah, no, I think our boys will be all over it, so very confident in them. And so with our team, we have very similar to last week in that we've got Mark Birighitti, Ziggy Gordon, Jack Clisby, Milan Djuric, Danny De Silva. Kai Rolls will be playing his 50th game for the Mariners tonight, which is always exciting. Dylan Fox, Sammy Silvera, Gianni Stensness. Jacob Melling is back in the starting line. He started last week, which was fantastic to see. And your favourite is starting. You've predicted it. You've predicted it.
That is sensational.
I promise you, he didn't know this before.
I suppose there are going to be a lot of fans that are very happy about this as well. Obviously, it's very unfortunate that Jordan Murray's out with a dislocated shoulder, and we also send our absolute best wishes for him for a speedy recovery there. But I guess, when one door closes, another one opens, and this is a fantastic opportunity for Alo to see what he can bring to the table.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, huge personality, and he's going to bring some character to the field, and I think that's really going to help in this F3 derby. Going in with on the bench, Adam Pearce, Michael McGlinchey, Tommy Orr, Josh Nisbet, Lewis Miller, Jair, and then Dylan Ruiz-Diaz, who we spoke to earlier.
So Lewis Miller obviously making his return from short injury layoff there. One thing you mentioned there, Carly, was Kai Roll's 50th A-League appearance already. And he's so young. He's only 23, I think, 24.
Yeah, yep.
Absolutely fantastic for him to be chalking up so many appearances so early on in his career.
Yeah, definitely. And he sort of really cemented his spot. He's very consistent, and he's been fantastic. So it's really good to see him continuing to be out there for the team.
He's definitely one that I've enjoyed watching develop as a footballer over the last couple of seasons. He came in and was maybe a little bit unsure initially, perhaps, a little bit tentative, but he has grown and developed into a quality A-League centre-back.
Yeah, definitely. And as we mentioned before, Jordan Murray is out with a dislocated shoulder. I know he's been inundated with messages from fans, and he is so greatly appreciative of it. So feel free to keep passing them on. I know he's someone who absolutely lives and breathes football. So to have had the time away during coronavirus and then now having this time, the fan support means the world to him. So he's very appreciative of it. And as soon as we know a little bit more, we'll continue to update fans onto his progress. But fingers crossed, it's something that will be a quick recovery.
Something that he can overcome quite,
and we'll see him on the field early next season.
Yep.
Beautiful. And I know we are waiting on Stadge, which, I think we might go to a couple of commercial breaks again, just while we wait for Stadge to join us, and we'll be back shortly.
Is use this proactively.
The tip is being open and honest.
Avoid being fearful of the unknown.
Don't commit crimes in the first place. If you don't want to have to see me, think twice about what you're going to do.
Don't leave anything that you don't think is important out, because quite often it is important.
Often if we can have a conversation with you at the start, we can help you get to the finish so much quicker.
Mining and construction, delivering the right people to the right places.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for being patient with us this evening. Obviously, a lot happening here at Central Coast Stadium, so we really appreciate it. We'll quickly just go through a bit of the protocols again around Central Coast Stadium for those who are coming along, or for those who may be coming to the Wanderers game on Monday night. Got to purchase your tickets in advance. Grab them at ticketek.com.au. If you're a Central Coast Mariners member, you should have received information on how to redeem your free ticket. If you haven't, give our membership manager Ian a quick call on Monday, or you can shoot him an email over the weekend and he'll let you know how you can redeem. There is plenty of information on the website as well, so make sure you keep up to date with that. Lots of emails going out, so keep an eye on the inbox. So when you're at Central Coast Stadium, just a reminder, no cash, using card only. Got our merchandise with up to 70% off, as we saw before Dan's wonderful commercial. We might just have to get him to pretty much do all of our promo videos in future. We might have to give him a segment, maybe.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Dan's
corner,
product.
Dan's den.
Dan's product of the week, or we'll see where we go. And so just again, remember, make sure you use common sense when you're in the stadium, keeping 2 seats between you and the next group. And just have fun, really. Respect each other and have fun. That's what we're here for.
As you said before, just use common sense. Make sure you wash your hands, make use of the hand sanitizer stations around the stadium, and just enjoy the day.
Yeah, I've just seen someone lurking in the shadows here who I think wants to jump in. Our CEO, Sean Millercamp. I'll socially distance myself over here.
Hey guys, how you going? I hope this mic's working okay. So someone give us a thumbs up if the sound's coming through.
Yep. Beautiful.
Very good.
Welcome to Mariners TV.
Cheers.
You somehow got rid of Tyson and you replaced him. What's happened there?
Oh, it's a step up. There's no doubt about that. I mean, Tyson was setting a pretty low bar, so it's really good to have some quality talent. People actually know stuff about the club, which is good. So, no, pleasure to have you on, Pete. Really,
it's great to be here.
Really
Thanks
good.
again.
And so I suppose I've sort of jumped in. We're waiting on Stage, who's spending a bit more time with the boys at the moment. So whilst he was due out, I'm more than comfortable for him to be spending as much time with the players and going through the game day plans that he needs to right now. So I thought I'd jump on and say hi and kill a bit of time that we need to. That's there. And also want to take this opportunity to say massive thanks to everybody here who make us the first and the original A-League club TV show. So Mariners TV.
Episode 9 we're in.
Episode 9. So I'm looking forward to see some of the other clubs debuts as they come around it. But
you actually were on the first episode before we before the Melbourne City game, before
the original
league
host, I believe.
Yeah, the original host.
Talk about setting a low bar.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. But
I don't know how you've still kept me, but
big shout out to David Jordan, who's always behind the scenes working really hard and really pulls all this together. And of course, we give him a great plug. But the guys at JC Entertainment, this wouldn't happen without you guys. So a big thanks to you guys. And it's really impressive the way that it's set up. I was just speaking to some of the guests that you just had on as I was walking off, going, wow, that's so professional and so smooth, and they preferred it than what was the usual sort of content that they're used to. They're not worried about having a journo stitch them up and can actually have a proper, meaningful sort of conversation.
Accidentally me stitching them up by bringing back past games of New Zealand Knights, unfortunately. But it's really good, and I'm really glad that we've been having some good positive feedback about it, and we really love doing it. It's been great, and you see everybody coming online and talking about it. I think that this is a product that
we can really grow as we get into next season and really keep leading the way in the A-League for this sort of content and engagement, and be great as we get better. We'll have some more fan engagement pieces that comes in, getting some live tweets and pictures of what people's match days experience are. So I think it'll be great to keep hearing from people as to what they like to see on Mariners TV. But it's a great product, even with all the trains that come past. It makes it a really live feeling that we have.
And maybe even getting people's feedback, like what should we do for the last episode of the season?
Oh, definitely. I think there's got to be a bloopers reel.
Oh, there'll be that. Don't worry. But yeah, whether we do it live from somewhere and get some fans involved will be fantastic. But if anyone has any ideas or would like to be involved, let us know. And yeah, we'd love to make sure that the last one for the season is a big one.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things I also think can work in this space is talking about Central Coast United.
Yes.
And they've kicked off and they've gone. So Pete, I'd love to ask you a bit of what you're seeing at CCU at the moment and what that sort of club adds to the football ecosystem here on the coast.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, it's a bit tough for me to keep up to date as much as I would like, or as much as I did last season with them. Obviously, I'm more involved with MPL2 these days, where our boys play in the academy. But I know that they got off the mark last week in the revamped MPL3 competition with a 0-0 draw against their sort of old foes, Bankstown. So looking forward to seeing sort of what they can produce this season in a shortened competition. Excuse me. But yeah, look, they're a great side, great club. Real sort of community feel about them. And as I said, love getting to games where I can.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work with Central Coast United for some of the underpinning programs with the young kids. So from 8s to under 14s, there's a junior reps competition that's been running and operating, and it's fantastic. It's really exciting. So if you're around Plume Park on a Monday night, pop in and check it out and see. So there's sort of four regions. There's a north, central, south, and an east that come together, and they battle it out every Monday night. That's there, and seeing the kids grow and develop is really exciting. And that comes through for the SAP kids. So I'm sure that there's definitely going to be some quality kids that come through that program, and that's Central Coast Mariners, Central Coast United and Central Coast Football all working together.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and that's what we need as such a tight-knit community as well. Everyone's sort of pulling together, pulling in the same direction to make sure that locals are given the right chance.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wonder, I think Stage is almost there.
So we're just getting word in our ears now that Stage is good to go.
Yeah,
so again, once again, Sean, thanks so much for jumping on.
Good stuff, and a big shout out to Dan, the merchandise man, who's walking past us at the moment. That commercial was fantastic. So, all right, I'm going to get out of your hair. Leave it down to there. So, all the best. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, buddy.
And as Sean mentioned, we are joined by our head coach, Alan Stajic, who's down on the sideline. Stadge, how you going?
Not bad. How are you?
Oh, it's a bit cold, I'm sure.
It's chilly.
It's very chilly.
The beanie's not far off.
So on the occasion, your first game in charge was an F3 derby. Does the game hold some significance to you outside the rivalry?
Yeah, of course it does. That was a magical moment for the club and for the team. And this year we've had the 1-1 draw where we probably could have got a win. We were a little bit unlucky with the retake and VAR pen, and we hit the post late on in that game as well. And then up at Newcastle, I thought we didn't play our best and went down 4-3. So look, we know it's going to be a tight game, and how much is riding on the game for both clubs, and we really hope we can put Newcastle under pressure and see them drop out of the top 6 race.
Fantastic. Yeah, I know us as fans would definitely love to see that as well, mate. Inside the club, I know a lot of the NPL boys have been training with the first team, and we've had news that Alo Kowal's getting a start tonight. What was it about Alo that sort of impressed you yourself?
Yeah, look, Alu's been with us for a number of months now and doing well in the NYL team and in the NPL team, and look, he's just he's always effervescent. He's happy. He just loves being around football and loves being around our first team. And he sort of showed that when he came on last week. He came on a couple of months ago as well against Western United, and maybe didn't have the impact that he had the other night. But look, for a kid who's come from Shepparton in Victoria and only had a couple of games of NYL and now to go straight into the first team, it's a big jump up for him. But look, I'm confident he's going to give a good showing tonight. And we've got Sammy up front and Alu, so 2 teenagers up front for us. All goes well for the future.
Yeah, certainly going to be a lot of energy up front, which will be fantastic. And we mentioned before, unfortunately, Jordan Murray is out with his shoulder injury from last week. Have you got any updates for the fans that we can pass on?
Yeah, look, nothing definitive yet. The scans have come back and they show that Jordan's got a fair bit of trauma around the side of the shoulder. So look, it's looking like surgery at the moment, but that's not definitive at this point in time. And Simo's got a groin injury as well, and Ron Tonic sick. So we got 2 or 3 that are out for tonight's availability. So hopefully Simo and Ruan will be back for Monday night.
So with the short turnaround as well, with the Wanderers game coming up on Monday, is there a chance that we might see some adjustments or maybe even some more NPL boys coming through into the first team?
Yeah, look, we've got 7 or 8 kids in our team already. I don't think there's many A-League clubs with as many 18 to 22-year-olds in their first team already, and it's been good to give everyone an opportunity and see what they're like, and ultimately it's good to have 2 or 3 leaders out on the pitch as well, and some older players that the kids can learn off, and that's sort of the model that we're working off at the moment.
Yeah, of course. And a bit of an interesting question for the last one. Out of Naz and his brother, who was better at football when you coached them?
Look, that's a tough one. Is this going to get back to Naz?
He's not watching. He's not watching.
Naz probably had a little bit more flair and hair at that time, and but yeah, his brother probably listened a touch more. But no, both great players. Both love the game, and his brother's in England now. Taking up a teaching scholarship. But yeah, Naz has been a great contributor for a long time to our football, so I'm happy to have him on board, as part of our staff.
No, he's fantastic to have on, and thank you so much for taking the time to come and chat with us. I know it's cold, and I know getting very close to kick-off, so thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks, Naj.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
So good to have the head coach, of course, making himself available this close to kick-off, live and exclusive to MarinersTV.
Yeah, exactly. As Sean mentioned, in there having last-minute chat to all the boys in there. So we're always happy to wait because at the moment, boys
preparation is key. Preparation is more important.
Exactly. We want them fired up and coming out and scoring lots of goals so we can get those 3 points against the Jets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can't wait. That highlights reel that we had on before, as I said, it's always so good to see us putting the ball in the back of the net.
Let's create some more highlights to add to that for next time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for everyone for joining us. A few bumps along the way, but we appreciate you sticking with us. And go the Mariners. Let's get 3 points tonight.
Let's do it. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you.